I'm Amber Davis and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davis. Now I have a very well-known name next to me.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yes,
no.
we have. We have had you requested so many times.
Really?
It's the insane Hiba El Sheikh.
Hello. Hi.
El Sheikh.
Yeah, El Sheikh. Yeah.
I always second
That's right. That's perfect.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I feel like we've been wanting to do this for so long.
I
that it's
know.
just like nice to be here.
No, Hiba, when I tell you, if we put a box up
Yeah.
and say, who do you want on?
Yeah.
Your name is always mentioned so many
Really?
times.
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
I mean, you're Hiba.
I feel like, what does that even mean? I don't know.
Yeah, Hiba. How are you? How's life?
Yeah, good. It feels like a bit surreal, doesn't it, right now? I'm a bit like away with the fairies.
I know.
Yeah.
It's tough out there, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it feels like January is always a bit like what's happening a bit. And I've
Which
been
way's my
away.
year gonna go?
Yeah, exactly. And you
Where
just
have you
never
been?
know. I was on a Disney cruise last week. Yeah. So it's just like,
Everyone's wildest dreams.
I know it is, to be fair, it is just like, am I even working? It feels like I'm just like on a holiday, really.
Yeah.
But
How
yeah.
gorgeous is that?
Yeah,
You know,
it
like
is.
privileged.
Oh my gosh, so grateful.
We get to
So
travel the world. Where did you go?
We went to, well, I got on the ship in Orlando. I know, ridiculous, literally ridiculous. And then we went to Tortola, like British Virgin Islands, and then Puerto Rico.
Oh, Baba.
I know. And then I had a day in Puerto Rico and I was literally by the beach like,
Winter sun. That's why you look
babe,
good.
it's the sun.
I was like, there's something different between me and Hiba, and she's had vitamin D. And you know when you can just tell when someone's vitamin D deficient? That is me.
It's so grey outside though.
That
Like,
is me.
Where are you getting the sun? You can't, there's literally nothing outside. so-
Nothing, literally. Right, Hiba, one question I ask everyone just to
Yeah.
get going.
Okay.
Pick any role you've ever played.
Yeah.
Have you had a quirky pre-show ritual, or is there something that you do, like a routine you do before going on?
Ooh. On Jamie, we used to do like rap battles. Like they'll tell you, they'll be like, he was terrible, but I used to love it. Like it would just be like fun to do before the show, just to like get us hyped up. It was so bad, I can't even tell you.
That is the first time we've heard rap battle.
So bad, like so bad. But it was fun. They'll be like, oh God, Heber's not talking about that. But no, we did rap battles. And then I also like to do like get everyone together and do like a little circle up and like just say like something for that show. So on Here and Now, we used to do on our side of the stage, we used to just all get together and just do like a little like motivation for that show, which I always love doing, where it's just like, all right, so today we've got so and so's nan in, so we're doing it. But do you know what I mean, for that person?
That's a couple of times we've heard that.
Yeah,
And I think it's just such a good way to bring the cast together.
I think so too. Because obviously, like when you're doing 8 shows a week and stuff, it can get like
Tedious.
and tiring. So it's like, okay,
Grateful, but tedious.
oh my God, yeah. But so it's like, how do we bring everyone together and make it feel like fun and
One.
silly? Yeah,
As one.
exactly. I think so.
And also, like, there's so many people in a cast. You can't all be on the same wavelength, but something like that can bring you all onto the same page.
Definitely, because you never know what people are going through on their day to day. Do you know what I mean? And when you come into the building, it's like, okay, we've just got to do this show now.
Yeah.
So, and I always say this like morbid thing. People are like, right. But I say like, it's someone in the audience's first show and someone in the audience's last show.
Oh my God.
I know. So you have to just like perform like it's that. Do you know what I mean? I know.
I've never thought of that before.
Yeah. So it's just like, even no matter what you're going through that day, it's like, okay, it's not about me. Do you know what I mean? It's like someone's first show in the audience and someone's last show in the audience, and you're just gonna do it for them.
Hiba's coming strong today, guys. That is such an incredible statement.
But do you know what I mean? I feel like it just makes it not about you in any way. It's just like, okay, well, I've just got to do it for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just looking at your blue liner and I just think,
I love a blue liner.
how did you do that? Like, it's actually perfect.
No, it's not. But like, I always say I do my liner first. I know that's crazy.
Another top tip. Do
But
you do that for shows as well?
Yeah. I do my liner first. I'll do like my eyeshadow and then do my liner and then do the rest of my face.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I never do my base first because if my liner goes messy or anything, and I'll be like, ugh. So
Yeah.
I just will do my eyes first and then rest of my face.
Wow.
Top tip.
That is a
Top tip,
top
everyone.
tip. That is, I'm obsessed. You should never wear anything
Normal
other than
liner.
blue again.
Do you know what made me wear blue liner? Like it was a show and then I got obsessed with it. Millennials.
I want to talk about millennials.
I did on Millennials. We had to have like crazy eye makeup.
Oh, cool.
And then I wore blue liner on it, and everyone was like, and I used to go out with my show makeup naturally because we're lazy, and I didn't take it
Yeah.
off afterwards. And people were like, "Oh my god, Bev, I love the blue liner." So I just started buying blue liner.
I love it.
Yeah, and like wear it all the time now.
So let's go back.
Okay.
Training.
Yeah.
Brit first.
Yeah. Went to Brit school.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, at 16.
A lot of things I read, because I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
But when I read up and
Yeah.
did my research, it's like, oh, I don't.
Yeah.
Because I think the first time we ever met
Mm.
was in a Costa.
Was it actually? When? Was it actually?
It was during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and we were both in for Wicked.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I always knew of you,
Oh my
and
God,
I knew your
yeah.
name, and you came up to me in a Costa.
Yeah.
I said, hi, Amber, and I was like, that was the loveliest thing ever.
Oh, I remember that. I remember meeting you, but for some reason I felt like I already knew you before then, because obviously, like the industry is so small.
But
and
you feel like you know everyone.
Yeah, and I always think it's one of my pet hates as well. You know when you like know of someone, but like when you meet them and people act like they don't know you, and I'm just like, listen, I might not know you, but
I know you.
so I'm
We
still
know.
so I'm still gonna be like, hi, like because
Yeah.
I'm just like otherwise it's just like awkward.
Yeah.
And I would hate for someone to think I'm rude as well. To
Yeah.
like be like I don't know who you are, but so I'll always be like, oh hi, like because I know who you are. Unless I really don't know anything
Yeah.
about you, then I'm gonna
But I remember texting Helen
yeah.
and saying, she just made me feel so comfortable. I think it was like the first time I was going in for Wicked or
Yeah.
something, and you just made me so calm.
Oh, that's nice. I love that.
Yeah,
but
you really
don't you
affected me
think
that
it's so
day.
important to like chat to people at
Yes.
stuff? It's just like 'cause
Why wouldn't we?
I don't know, but I always think because I literally could chat for England. Like,
Good.
I can chat to anyone. So I'm like, when I see someone and we're sat in an audition room, I think it's so easy to get in your head as well before an audition, isn't
Yeah.
it? To be like, oh God, like hope they like me or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
it's just like if you see someone, you're like, hey babe, classic, we're here. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like chills you out a bit. I
Yeah.
think anyway.
It
like-
normalizes the
Yeah.
situation, because auditioning in if you think about it in real life, it's
so weird.
so weird.
It's like a job interview 3 times a
On
week.
crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rejection is non-stop and all of that is just I actually like I'm literally remembering it right now.
Do you
At the
remember?
Welsh Centre.
It was at the Welsh Centre,
Yeah,
and there's a Costa on the corner.
Yes. And it was like literally straight like one of the first auditions after the pandemic.
It was.
God, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, what a gorgeous woman.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, babe.
Anyway, I've gone off track here.
Yeah, I literally could chat for rubbish for ages. Yeah.
So Brit,
Yes.
you were there until you were 16.
No, I started at 16
Started at 16
to 18.
Okay.
Yeah, 16 to
young,
18.
young
yeah,
then.
Yeah, 2 years.
From there, you went on to Mount View.
Yeah.
And did you do 3 years at Mount View?
Did, yeah.
Did you audition anywhere else, or was your heart set?
I did audition at other places, but I feel like when you get a vibe of somewhere, you just know. I don't know how to explain it. Even with Brit, I was like, I need to go here when I walked in. And obviously lucky that I got in, but it was also, you just get a vibe of where you
Yeah.
feel like you match. And Mount View at the time was like in a dodgy area and
Was
like
great.
rough, like so rough. And the walls were like peeling. It was rough. I was like, yeah, I can see. I was
This
like,
has got me
I
written
was like,
all
this has
over
got
it.
me written all over it. Like literally the floors peeling, like duct tape. I was like, yeah, it's a bit of me.
Yeah,
this.
I'll fit in nicely.
Yeah, honestly, like I'd gone to like GSA and they just had a brand new building and it was like a Starbucks and I did the whole process and like got in and was like, yeah, but do you know what? It's not for me.
You
Like,
do get a feeling,
do,
or you
you
get
do.
a pull.
yeah, 100%.
Walk into the space and you think, yeah, I think
can
I'll
see
thrive
myself.
here.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your experience of training?
I loved Brit. Like I absolutely loved Brit because they teach you to celebrate your individuality. Do you know what I
love that.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
like they never try to put you in a box or you didn't know like if you said, oh, I want to play this role, they'd be like, yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
never like, really? Like it was like,
They
course,
believed in you.
100%. And
like
the
that.
teachers were incredible there and the whole vibe was like just amazing. Like I could literally go into school in my pajamas and the principal would be like, you look cool today, Heba. Like it was just like celebrating individuality and
That stays with you, though.
Yeah, it really does. And whenever I try and explain Brit to other people, they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's just, there's nothing like it. There really isn't anything like it. It's the only free performing arts school in the UK. And like, you know, I went to like a all girls school in London before Brit, and it was just like, it was rough. And so it was amazing. And I loved going there, but it was like a completely different vibe going to Brit. And I didn't necessarily know about musical theatre. Like I loved acting and I loved singing. And at Brit, it was like, you know, you can do this as like a whole thing.
career.
Yeah, like, and then we did our shows, our like final shows, and we did Rent, and
Yes.
and then I got to do Mimi that, and then I was like, oh no, I want to do this. Then one of the teachers there, Stuart Matthew Price, who taught us at Brit, was like, you should audition for Mountview. Like I went to Mountview. I was like, okay, and then I went to Mountview for 3 years.
And that was it.
Yeah, training is hard, like as in the degree course at Mountview. Like,
Okay.
do I recommend it? Not really. Like
That's good. Like I want people to listen to people's stories, you know?
Like I'm grateful I went. I'm grateful for my training, but I don't think you need to go in order to have a career in the industry. Like so many of my friends didn't go to drama school. And I also think sometimes drama school can take away, I mean, it might be different now, but can take away your individuality and what makes you special. And then when you leave, you have to kind of relearn it, because that's the thing that you
find yourself again.
The perks obviously are doing your agent showcase and
Yeah.
the people you meet at drama school. But in terms of the training, don't kill me, but I don't think you have to go.
Do you know what? I love your opinion on that.
Don't even have to.
It's the first time we've had that on this podcast, you know?
Yeah.
And more than a handful of people have said they hated college.
Yeah.
They hated training for the reason of that they felt like they were put in a box.
100%. Like when I finished Mountview, I didn't think I was capable of like playing a lead role in anything, because I'd never got a lead role in my whole time at Mountview. I'd never played a lead role. I'd never done any. So in my head, I was always cast as like the grandma or the prostitute at drama school.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So then I left and was like, am I even
Good enough.
Good enough, for sure. And it's not until like I was auditioning for stuff and my agents were putting me up for things, I was like, oh, like, and they believed in me. So I was like, okay, maybe I am. Like, but at drama school, that was not the case. Yeah.
Well, there you go, guys. Take what you want from that. So your first ever show.
Yeah.
To be honest, like even your first 2 credits are insane.
What?
So Ghost Asian Tour.
Yeah. I know, that was crazy. That was literally crazy.
Like how did you even feel when you came out of college and then your first ever job was like pretty much on the other side of the world? Had you ever seen that side of the world?
No, absolutely not. Like also I'm from London. Like I'm born and raised in London, went to drama school in London. So I'd never gone out. I'd never left home. Like I lived at home during college. Like, so I'd never like left in that way. I'd never lived away or done anything like that. And so it came about and I was literally like, oh my God, like a tour of Asia. When would I ever go to that side of the world?
Babe.
It just was not a thing. So yeah, it was unreal. And I was in the ensemble and covered Molly. It was the dream. It was so much fun as well. You know, when you don't have any pressure on you either, because as a lead, there's always pressure on you to like deliver, do press, do whatever. But in the ensemble and then covering, we just had the best time.
Kushti.
Oh my God.
Did you go on for Molly a lot?
Nope. Never went on.
Oh, because you just like, there was no pressure. And I was just thinking, if you cover Molly, surely there should be pressure. But
never went on. No. Lucy Jones is just the most solid person in the world. So never went on.
And so you really were living your best life.
It was honestly, I can't even tell you, a holiday. I went and did the Great Wall of China. Like, yeah, it was like
first job.
Babe, I was literally
getting paid for it.
Yeah, and we would literally like go and do all the touristy things. Like, and I met some of my best friends on that show.
Aww.
Yeah, and we went to like mainland China, Taiwan, Singapore, like everywhere. It was
that is on my bucket list.
Oh, you have to go if you get a chance.
It's more to do it and get paid.
Babe, that's the dream. It's
like the
dream.
cruise.
Yeah, it's literally the dream. You're just like. Someone playing a joke on me, like as if I'm getting to do this right now.
And also Ghost, doing it with the Ghost production.
Yeah.
That like show is so beautiful.
I used to watch it like when I was at college as well, because it was on at the like Piccadilly Theatre.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say it had its peak around
Yeah.
about that time.
Oh my
didn't
God,
it?
100%. Like, I remember like we would go and watch it and just be like, oh my God, this is unreal. And so when it came about, it was like the UK tour version, they changed it. So I was like a featured ensemble member. So I played Mrs. Santiago, which was like the charactery old lady part who like belts really, really high. And then Hospital Ghost, which was like this like teenage kind of like ghost who sings like a number with two other ghosts. So it was like I still had
Casual.
I still had a featured like
Yeah.
track in the show, but because it was just like the funnest thing in the world, and like I used to love that original production with like Casey and Richard Fleischman, and, like oh my gosh, and like listen to and Sharon D. Clark, and do you know what I mean? So when I got it, I was literally like, what? Like cried, obviously.
Yeah,
Like,
obviously.
on the phone to
Naturally.
to Alistair and Helen, like what? What do you mean? But yeah, it was amazing, and it was a short run. It was only like 4 months of traveling.
Yeah,
like
perfect.
Asia. Perfect, literally perfect. Yeah,
And then you went on to do an Australian tour.
yeah.
Like, your career couldn't have got off to a better start. And
Literally.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
And you were playing Jasmine.
Yeah.
So this is a bit more responsibility.
Oh my God, yeah. Like, yeah.
Did you do anything in between them?
I did. Yeah, I did. Well, my very first job ever was the workshops of Bend It Like Beckham. Like,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was when I was still at college.
Wow, that's major.
Yeah,
Eva.
because what happened was, like I said to you, like I didn't get any parts in my third year, and I was like, I'm just gonna write to a bunch of casting directors and like see who will see me. And so I sent like clips of me singing and my like CV to all the casting directors at the time, like Grinrod, like
Good tip here,
yeah,
guys.
literally everyone, like Pippa Alien, Gordon Cowell, Jill Green, everyone, and Jim Arnold was like, and because he was at Pippa Aliens at the time, he was like, okay, come in for Lion King. We're auditioning for Lion King. So I had the material and I sang Shadowland and stuff, and he was like, you're not right for Lion King, but I'm auditioning for this other show called Bend It Like Beckham. Like, do you want to come in for that? And I was like, yes, please.
Yeah.
So I went in and did the process, and it was like in front of the whole, it was crazy. And you know, when you're in third year, I think you don't have as much fear.
No, you're ruthless.
You're just like, oh yeah, of course I'll go to this audition with like Sonia Friedman and Gorinda Chadha and all these people on the panel that you're just like,
I think at that point you don't know the
weight,
the
like
weight of the
gravitas.
people in the
Yeah.
room. I love that.
Yeah,
though.
it was at Pineapple, and I sang like Once Upon a Time from Brooklyn, and the Gorinda had her like iPad and was like filming it, and I was like, I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, I left, and like Jim Arnold was like, do you want to come and do the workshops, like to kind of play one of the cousins and like cover one of the other roles? And I was like, yeah, and that was like in the Easter break in third year. I did that.
Wow, and
Yeah.
that was from doing it yourself.
Yeah, I honestly think sometimes we wait on opportunities to be handed to us, and it's like no one is owed anything. Do you know what I mean? No one is just going to be like, hey, Amber, come and play this. Do you know what I mean? Like, even after whatever, you've still had to graft and like put yourself out there and audition for things.
I think we're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, so
I get that vibe.
So it's just like you have to still like actively like work for it. So
Yeah, I think in life there's go-getters and there's sit-backers.
yeah, and I can't sit back. I
I
get
can't.
like
Jittery.
yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
I'm the same.
I do. So I did that before Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how I got Alistair and Helen. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because I had to sort out my contract for that workshop and wrote to a bunch of people, and they signed me from that. Really,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So I've been with them since I left
Me
college.
too.
Yeah, I know.
We got so
Same
similar.
agents.
Same.
Yeah, and then in between Ghost and Aladdin, I did like a bunch of workshops for things, and I did The Sound of Music live on ITV. Like they did like the live version, and was a nun. It was so much fun. It was literally like so much fun. We just
God, that's an experience.
yeah, it was the live version that they did on ITV, and we rehearsed for like 6 weeks for one
Oh,
take. So it was crazy. Yeah,
gotta get it
was-
right.
Yeah, honestly, the pressure on that, but it was fun. We had a good time. It was like so many like MT legends in the cast that I just sat there like, wow. You know, when you just like watch
Aw,
people, and you're
yeah.
like, Maria Friedman's just singing, and you're like, wow, like
How am
just
I
a-
here?
yeah,
right now? I still
literally,
have that to this
all
day.
the time, literally all the time. And then did Aladdin. Yeah,
And that was as Jasmine.
yeah,
So this was the first leading
Yeah.
lady role,
100%.
which actually came quite quick in your career.
22. I was 22.
Wow.
Yeah. when I got Jasmine.
You were touring a side of the world you'd never been to.
Yeah.
You were leading the cast.
Yeah.
I guess at 22, you were kind of young, wild and free and kind of just living your
Yeah.
best life. Was there any pressure?
Oh
or?
my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a Disney show and you're playing the lead. So it's like, there was a lot of pressure and I didn't know anyone. I was in Australia and I didn't know anyone.
Was the rest of the cast Australian?
Australian?
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
I'd auditioned for it in London and they went, do you want to play it in Australia? So I was like, yeah,
100%.
100%. Like, I'd love to. And Australia is so big that they do long sit downs in places. So
Okay.
it's like 10 months in Melbourne. Do you know what I mean?
Is that what you did?
Yeah. It's like, so tour in Australia is still like, it's not like UK tour weekly. Do you know what I mean? It's like you do long sit downs.
So how long were you there for?
2 years.
What?
I was in Australia for 2 years. Yeah. I came back with an Australian accent and everyone was like, you from Australia? I literally was in Australia for 2 years. Yeah.
Did you meet anyone else?
I did when I was there. I did, yeah.
Oh, no.
I did. I mean, like life, I was 22. Do you know what I mean? Like life happens, but it was,
Could have had an Australian partner.
I know, but I've made some of my best friends in the world now.
Oh, I love
like
that.
Callum, do you know Callum Francis?
Yes.
He was there playing Lola in Kinky Boots and it was like two Brits abroad basically. And we just were like, became like instant best friends.
Aw.
Yeah. And he was dating my Aladdin. So we just became like a little
Clique.
group. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they both live in New York now. So it's like,
Oh.
yeah. So it's just like, I met, like, they're basically family now, really. I've known them for years and they're my besties. But yeah, was there for like 2 years.
That is mental.
Yeah.
You are shocking me. Your West End debut was Broken Wings.
No, everybody's talking about Jamie.
What?
Yeah. Everyone's talking
So
about Jamie.
was Broken Wings Anthony and Cleopatra
Yeah.
and Fiverr post Jamie?
No, they were all before, but Anthony and Cleopatra is National Theatre, so it doesn't count as West End.
But it's the National.
I know, but it's not West End.
So Jamie, okay, firstly, one word to describe working at the National.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
Like actual dream come
I know.
true. It was on the Olivier and I was doing a Shakespeare play at the National. What the hell? Like,
That's what you call versatility. Like imagine going from Disney's Jasmine to Shakespeare's National.
I was like, what the hell?
This bitch can do it.
No, but I remember coming back and being like to Alistair and Helen, I don't want to do a musical for a bit because I'd done 2 years of
Yeah.
show.
Trauma.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with
and,
you.
And you know, like when you're in a Disney show, you have to look a certain way and act a certain way, and I loved
Portray
it.
yourself in a certain
Yeah,
way, isn't there?
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. And I loved it, and I'm very much that way anyway. But it's like I wanted to do something completely different. So Jasmine was glam, and like I had this like full 2-piece, and then when I was at the National, I was like honestly this witch. I had like black hair, black eye makeup, nails that were black. I was like, yes, this is.
You were like in your
Gothic era.
Gothic era.
Yeah, it was the opposite of Jasmine.
Yeah.
I was like, please give it to me. But yeah.
And then just on that Disney, you obviously built a fabulous relationship with them on
Yeah,
that then.
yeah.
And then that's how you've connected.
Well, I think Disney is such a big entity, right? So like Disney Theatrical was that. And then I now met one of my like pals, Ben Rauhela.
Yeah.
And he was like, you've played Jasmine and I do these princess concerts
Yeah.
and for Disney concerts. And I then worked with him and
in America.
in America.
Yeah, I
and,
know.
like, yeah.
I saw it on your Instagram.
Like, so
and
it's
I
just
thought,
like,
what's she doing now?
but it's kind of like once you've done a Disney show,
I think so.
it's just like everyone.
You are
remem-
Disney.
I do love. I grew up like watching Disney and listening to Disney, and it kind of made me want to do it. And I think that's where my voice kind of like sits. But like, yeah, but I do like. But I'm actually not a Disney person.
Well,
yeah,
I think your CV says that because
yeah.
you've got quite a versatile range of shows.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Like, please, can we talk about Jamie?
Yeah.
Original cast.
No, closing cast. That role was like so special to me. I can't even explain it. It was just like such a bucket list to play my like hometown, London, obviously, and to be in the West End and play a Muslim character and to close that, like, to be the closing
Era.
cast. Yeah. And to be like, oh, I did tick that box off of playing pretty. And then for the team at NIMAX and Lawrence and Nika and everyone to be like, do you want to then open it in America?
I know.
This is why I'm like, everything happens for a reason, because I auditioned for Jamie the second year and didn't get it.
Wow.
I didn't get it because it was like I was in such a different place in my life, and I'd gone into the auditions and I was having stuff happen in my life that I was just like not like in the right headspace.
Yeah.
You know, like life happens. And then when I went in that final year, I was like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do it that year.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
No, I'm
everything
100%
happens for
with
a
you.
reason. And so I was so grateful that it happened at that time. And even though we opened and COVID happened, do you know what I mean? It was like standard. But I feel like everyone that watches the show now has like a memory of what that show meant to them and what I meant to them in that role. So it is like a really special show for me. It changed my life, I think. Like here in the UK.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you think it was that opportunity that shifted your career then?
I think so, because I think like I'd played lead roles outside of the UK. Do you know what I mean? But I'd never played a lead role in town. And so getting to play Pretty kind of made me like a leading lady, I guess, in the West End. So it was, and honestly, like Nymax and that team were just so lovely to me and like gave me so many opportunities whilst working for them that it was like they really were people that like lifted you. I'm sure like Leighton will agree, and like other people that have worked with them will say, because they were like, hey, what do you want? We'll help you achieve that. Yeah, they were amazing.
That's rare.
Yeah, it is rare. It is
also,
rare.
I just think it's so good to listen to Heba's story when it comes to she literally went in for it the year before and didn't get it. And then it became the show that changed your life.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah.
Like rejection doesn't always mean gone for good.
Yeah. Someone said like a rejection means redirection. And I'm like, I agree with that, because I think I wasn't supposed to do it that year. And I got to do so many other cool things in that year. Like Brooklyn. And do you know what I mean? Like so many things that then made me more like ready to do it the year after. So I think
like life experience.
100%. Yeah.
And then LA.
Yeah.
Was it insane?
Yeah, it was so much fun. I mean, it was like peak COVID times, which was weird.
It was.
So people were wearing masks still in the audience and stuff. But it was life-changing, I think. It was.
I remember watching Simeon's stuff.
Yes, I love Simeon.
And I was just like,
it was crazy.
I'm just so jealous. Like, how are they all out there doing this?
And they took out the whole cast as well.
Yeah, they
did.
did.
It was amazing.
That's
rare.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
how did they do that?
I think
like visas.
Yeah, because Jamie's so specific in terms of like it's set in Sheffield, and you know, like you have to have a certain.
Oh my god! Imagine Americans doing that Sheffield accent. Even I can't do the Sheffield.
It's
accent.
hard. It's a hard accent. So I think like they brought the whole cast, a combination of like UK tour and town, and then Bianca Del Rio, who is American. So it was kind of like they made it happen, and we got like a P1, which is like it's like what they use for like basketball players and stuff, like to bring the whole team over. Do you know what I mean? So the visa was like for all of us together. I know it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm obsessed. Honestly, the life you've lived. Do you ever think, my gosh, I've lived a fruitful life?
Yeah, of course. Like I do pinch myself like constantly, like as if this happened to me. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it is one of those ones where I'm just like, someone's gonna like pull the rug from underneath me. Do you know what I mean? And
you
be
deserve
like,
it.
Thank you.
I say this to everyone. Good things happen to good people.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
And then you did. I mean, I'm missing out bits here because I'm on a timer, but
Millennials. Yes. With
cracking cast.
Oh my gosh. Like it was like a dream team cast that we had.
Yeah. And it kind of popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it went.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was the thing to see at the time and then boom, gone.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it will come back again.
Do you think?
I think so. Like Elliot Clay, who wrote the music, is like a bit of a genius, and I think anything that he does hopefully will get like picked up, because we all met him, me and Luke met him at Mountview, and
my gosh,
and that's how we kind of got to do this show, because he was like, I've written this like show and have you guys in mind? So it was like, yeah, we'd love to. And then like Hannah, Lowther, Rob Madge, Georgina, it was just like a dream team. Like
I couldn't believe it, honestly. I remember the cast announcement and I was just thinking, wow, that's a golden cast. Time Traveler's Wife.
Yes.
Well, you had a company manager, David Massey.
Yes, Massey.
I've got to shout out David Massey. I've literally just voice noted him now, bullying him a little bit. He's one of the greatest company managers of all time.
Like, yeah, he is a dream.
Not for the ones with thin skin.
No, but also what you need. Like, I went through a really rough time on Time Traveler's Wife.
Did you?
Yeah, in terms of like personal life and like what was happening for me, and Massey was like a saving grace on that show. Just like looked after me, but also was like, come on. Do you know what I mean? Which is like what I needed, and he's just like the dream. So yeah, shout out Massey. If you're lucky enough to work with him, shout him out.
Yeah. Did you enjoy Time Travelers then, or was it more of a conflicting job?
there was like so many like amazing things about Time Traveler's Wife, and so many things that kind of were like disappointing, because when you originate a show and originate a character and stuff, it's like there's always expectation, isn't there? Because it's like, so obviously got to do a cast album, got to
Insane.
got to originate the part and do an out of town tryout and have my own dressing room, and do you know what I mean? Things like that, where it's just like, whoa, so many tick box moments, and you want it to run, you just want it to be a long running show. So I think that was disappointing when it closed, because it was just like, oh, okay.
And you all really got along, didn't you?
Yes, like we did.
That hurts.
We really did. Yeah, because you're not going to see those people. Like me and Tim Mahendran were like brother and
Dumb
sister.
and Dumber.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like
I got that vibe so much. I loved it.
And we got to do so many cool things. Like Tim and I got to host West End Live.
Oh, did you? During that time?
Yeah, during that time we hosted West End Live. We got to announce like the What's on Stage nominations.
Oh, wow.
And do like so many cool things as like a duo, because we were like a double act. So that was like fun. But yeah, I think there was like stuff happening in my life outside of the show that not tainted it, but made me kind of grateful that the show closed at that time. And I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So when that closed, that's when I ended up getting my American visa and being able to work in America and be able to get my American agent and all of those things, which would never have happened because I was still supposed to be on Time Travelers until November last year. Like,
And you just got released.
yeah.
But it is redirection.
I really do believe that. I do. At the time, sometimes it's like heartbreaking, but then you realize in hindsight why that happened.
That
and
was
it's
supposed to happen.
100%. Yeah, I think so.
So now you have your American visa
Yeah.
and you can audition out there.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I know. It is. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It is. Yeah, it is insane. It is insane.
No doubt, sooner rather than later,
We'll see. I hope so.
we'll see Heba's name on a billboard in Times Square.
I mean, we hope. We manifest it into the universe.
Let's manifest
We manifest it.
Well, thank you so
Oh my
much.
God, thank you for having me. I felt like we could have spoken for ages.
I know. Guys, stick around, sign up to our Patreon, because I'm going to ask Heba some of your personal questions. Love you, bye.